am getting ready to go into my orientation, and I just wanted to vlog real quick because, yeah, I wanted to. I'm ready to go in. This is day 4 of like general stuff. So, as a night shift nurse for most of my career, I'm like struggling a little bit with going to bed on time. But yeah, I'm gonna make the switch and do what I gotta do. So, but yeah, this is Thursday, checking in. Yeah, I have to say, I don't look too bad. Hey guys, so today's Friday. I get to sleep in tomorrow and Sunday, so I'm excited. This is the end of like the general stuff, so I'm excited. I can't wait to see what my schedule's gonna be and kind of get to see the unit and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about the new position that I started. Before we get started with this video, I just want to take the time out to say thank you to all my new subscribers for supporting this channel, all my previous subscribers that stay subscribed even though when I take a hiatus, you guys still stick around, so I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And now that you did, let's get into this video. So I'm going to be looking at my phone because I made notes, guys. Notes. So that way I stay on topic and my video isn't forever. Okay. So when we decided to move to Texas and to start, and I started applying for jobs. I knew starting out that I was going to apply strictly for NICU positions because I wanted to get back into working in the NICU. And also with the COVID pandemic going on, I knew I didn't want to be in med-surg. So I just wanted to apply for a NICU position just because my why for the NICU like motivates me to keep going. I did have a backup plan though in the event that I couldn't secure my position, my dream position, which was mom baby or wound care because I really like doing wounds, or last but not least med-surg. That was like absolutely last. So I applied directly to hospitals, reached out to the agencies that were helping the hospitals hire on permanent staffing, and I spoke with recruiters. And it didn't take me long to get callbacks and emails, screening interviews. I even had one recruiter tell me that I could get a job just like that if I would just apply for some med-surg positions, but that's not what I wanted to do. And even though I knew that with my experience I could get a med-surg position really quickly, I knew that it's not what I wanted to do, especially moving to Texas and being able to kind of like start over. So I just wanted to go right into the NICU. So I didn't give up. I kept that in the back of my pocket, just if I had to, at least I knew I had that option. So I didn't want to give up on working in the NICU, so I updated my resume. I worked on getting my Texas license, and then I took my time. Like, I made sure that the hospitals that I selected were ones where their mission, their value, their standing in the community like stood out to me, like to where I can identify with their mission and values, but also, and they had like the same goals, like as far as like safety and the support for the nurses, education, like all that was important to me. So I didn't just go through like, oh, NICU, like no, like a lot of it went into me selecting the hospitals that I did. I had many screening interviews and enticing offers. So I'm just going to take a pause right there in my notes because I actually had an offer that was like, it was in this little town and it was a level 2 NICU. And I would get hired into the level 2, but then but they would also give me like a $30,000 sign-on bonus that would be paid out over time. And yeah, so I was kind of like, it was really enticing, but I really wanted level 3 because I wanted the acuity. And and I was like, oh man, I could take it. But then I like looked up the city. I kind of Googled and saw the image of the hospital, and I just wasn't, all money isn't good money. And I'm not saying that the hospital is bad. I'm not saying that, you know, the unit, I'm not speaking to any of that. I'm just saying that, you know, you have to, when you're selecting a position, you have to select one that you're going to enjoy going to. Like it's no secret that since I've been working as a nurse, I've had many positions, and for me it's all been eye-opening. But for me, I feel like all of that just showed me, like, first of all, when I moved here, I absolutely dislike the interview process. As many jobs that I've had, I don't like interviewing. I don't like, you know, updating my resume and all that jazz. Like, I despise it. It's like, ugh, I suck at interviewing. And I never feel like my resume speaks loudly for me, but then that's a whole nother thing. But like for me, I was like, okay, this next position is not, I have to be very careful because in what I choose, because I want to be there for a while. Like, I don't want to have to be like, oh, I don't like it, blah, 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 or whatever, and leave. So it was really important to me that I picked a hospital and identified with their mission, values, their, you know, I like the support that they give their nurses, the education they provide, the opportunity for advancement, like all of that. I was like really, like I was really wanting that. I really wanted to identify with that. Like, I wanted to feel like it was a perfect match. There were some other ones where it was like a $10,000 sign-on bonus plus a relocation assistance. There was like all these, you know, different cities or whatever, and some of them, you know, they didn't meet like everything on my list as far as like hospitals and everything else, like what they had to offer for me as a nurse, a seasoned nurse. But I don't know, one hospital really stuck with me, and it's the hospital that ended up getting my position with. That was the one I was set on. Like, I was like, even before I even got the offer, I was like, I want this job, and that's it. I want to work at that place. And then the other places, like, I mean, I have backup, you know, always have something in like a plan A, B, and C. But I really, really wanted this job. So at this place. So to make a long story short, I received my Nicu offer just like minutes before another interview, actually. So because of like, in Texas it snowed, and so kind of threw everything off. So I didn't know if I had the job or not, and so like I applied to the did I apply? Yeah, I spoke to this recruiter. I was going through a recruiting company, and they had set me up with an interview with another hospital system, and it was literally like minutes before my interview, and I got the phone call that offered me the position that I have now. And I was like so excited, and so I was trying to like email the recruiter from the other hospital system, like, hey, you know, I can't do this interview because I got a job offer. And the manager had called me after I got the phone. She had called like right after that, and she was understanding. She was really nice, and you kind of like, you know, dang it, I wish I would have got to you first, but that's okay, I understand. So yeah, so I didn't complete that interview. But so some takeaways that I wanted to give. Don't give up on what you want. You know, at the end of the day, like, I know it's crazy out there. We've got the pandemic going. You know, there's employers like mandating the vaccine and everything else. But don't give up on the position that you want. Don't forget your why. And even if it's not a straight road into the unit that you want to work in, stay the course. Like, do what you can to get there. You know, get your experience, join some nursing groups, network. That's big. You know, you want to make sure you network, and and just don't give up, you know. And then also remember, every offer isn't necessarily a good offer. Like I said, you know, that $30,000 offer was very tempting, like $30,000. But the takeaway from that was that I would have to work, like, I think it was like 4 days a week and every other weekend or something like that. So it wasn't, I mean, it was nice. $30,000 is nice, but the work requirement just wouldn't have worked out for my family. Yes, and then do the work to make yourself stand out. Work on your resume. Definitely do your research. Do your research on the hospital. Do your research on the unit. You know, just really know your stuff when it comes to these places that you want to work at and when you interview, because it stands out. Like, you want to make sure that, you know, they remember your interview, because you're not regardless if you're experienced or not, you're not the only one applying, and there's a lot of good options out there, you know. So you want to make sure you have that competitive edge. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And guys, I am a NICU nurse, a NICU nurse, a NICU nurse. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later, and have a nice day.